Yeah, good morning, traders. Obviously, there's a lot of questions we're going to be asking for this week, but probably one of the big ones is where to for the equity markets now. I mean, are we going to see a continued reprieve from what we saw on Friday, where the Nasdaq was up 3.7%, the S&P up 2.4%? You know, could we get S&P futures up into, say, 41.50 before funds look to sell into that position as a kind of top in the bear market rally? Or are we going to see sellers playing through in the mix now? The important situation is if we were to see another leg lower, could that become a little bit more panic driven? Could that be a little bit more ugly than what we've been seeing? Now, we know that the S&P has dropped 5 consecutive weeks in a row. Can it make it a sixth? But during that period, it hasn't felt like it's been really driven by any kind of panic. It's felt quite orderly. It's been deleveraging by funds, volatility targeting funds, risk parity, they've all been involved. But could we see a bit more panic playing through? Could we see the VIX trading through that top end of the range, 35%, and perhaps even into 40%? I think that would show a greater degree of panic playing through in markets, as you see there. So that's something we are watching. Obviously, if the S&P rolls over, the Nasdaq rolls over, we're going to see outperformance again from the dollar. The dollar's up 6 weeks in a row. Can it make it a seventh? Can we see the dollar index through 105? Can we see euro dollar through those lows of 103.41, the 2017 lows? Can we see dollar CNH making a move higher? We've all eyes on the Chinese this week. Could we see them coming out and cutting the medium lending facility today? That would be a big impact for Chinese equity markets. But going forward, we want to have a look. Are we going to see value funds starting to emerge into this market? I don't think they are. I don't think the equity risk premium's there. I think if you have a look at five-year inflation swaps, they're still too high. The Fed will be looking at them at the top end of the range. You've got crude at 110. And ultimately, if you listen to the Fed recently, they've been saying they're welcoming these financial conditions. They want to see further tightening of financial conditions. Mary Daly spoke about that last week. So this week we've got Williams, we've got Bullard, Harker, Kashkari, Powell, Mester and Evans. Their comments are going to be widely digested playing through, as well as some of the data. I would argue that the market is discounting about a 50, maybe 60% chance of a recession in the US. So it's a make or break week this week for the US, and certainly the equity markets are going to be widely looked at. Will we see another leg lower here?